people, a'udhu billah, Ahlul Sunnah, they are the most careful of people when it comes to making takfir. They are the most careful of the people. They are not like any of the sects of misguidance that, when you disagree with them, they make takfir of you. And then they blame Ahlul Sunnah as being people of takfir. Ahlul Sunnah are the most careful of the people with regards to takfir. This is a very good example that even though we say calling on other than Allah is shirk that takes you out of the fold of Al-Islam. If we see a person is calling on other than Allah, is making dua, they're standing at the qabr, whatever, we don't say he's a kafir. We don't say he's a kafir, even though we believe that action takes you out of the fold of Al-Islam. Why not? Why not? Because we don't know if the proofs and the conditions against him was fulfilled, and we don't know if there's any preventative barriers remaining with him. Right? For example, if we say the conditions against him must be fulfilled, and I'm not going to mention all, but just now some of the muftis want to make takfir of the people. Right? So, we give an example. Right? We say from the conditions thereof is ilm. Condition thereof is ilm. You must have knowledge. You must know that this is shirk that takes you out of the fold of Al-Islam. You must know that the action that he is doing, Allah has called it shirk in the Quran, or Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam has called it shirk in the Sunnah, or that the proof from the Quran and Sunnah or the Ijma is established. You must have knowledge. Right? So the preventative barrier here will be what? Ignorance. You cannot make takfir of a person who is ignorant. He doesn't know what he's doing is wrong. How many people say to us when you say, you know what, this is a bid'ah. Subhanallah, my whole life I was taught to do this. I was taught to do this. And he did not go out of his way and intend to oppose the Quran and the Sunnah. He never had knowledge of the Quran and the Sunnah. And he was told by those who he trusted to impart to him the knowledge of Quran and Sunnah. They deviated him and told him that this what he's doing is correct. So, you cannot make takfir of him. Likewise, you see a person who is doing an act of ibadah towards a qabr, for example. You know somebody is buried there and you find a person is going and is making sujood to the qabr. And what do you stand there and say, khalas, he's a kafir? No, a'udhu billah. You don't even know. Maybe he had a cramp and he fell down. No? Is it possible? The guy got the cramp, so he went down on his knees. But he was standing in front of the qabr at that time. Isn't it possible? It's possible. So you cannot be reckless with takfir. You cannot be reckless. You have to investigate with regards to an individual before you can say this person is upon shirk that takes you out of the fold, is out of the fold of Al-Islam. No. And this is why Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah, we say leave this to the scholars. Leave that to the scholars. But as for the ruling, convey the rulings. Because it is the haqq. Teach the people. This that you're doing is shirk. The fact that he is doing it, the fact that takfir of him is not made, is not going to make what he's doing correct. We say what he's doing is shirk. We say it nullifies the actions. Right? But we don't say he's a kafir out of the fold of Al-Islam. Because we're ruling upon the action and we're not ruling upon the individual. The ruling upon the individual will come when he is taken to a judiciary or a scholar or a judge, and they find out whether the conditions against him is fulfilled and whether the preventative barriers is removed. And only in that case they will declare takfir of him.